Hiya, Barbie.
Hi, Ken.
You want to go do a podcast?
Sure.
Jump in.
Ladies and gentlemen, Barbies and Kens, Chelseas of all ages, and everyone else, welcome to Binging Barbie, a Barbie movie podcast. I'm your host, Jay, and with me I have my wonderful co-host. For security reasons, I cannot inform you of His Highness's whereabouts. I trust you will respect his privacy. John.
Yes, I need it. Don't look at me. Don't even touch me, okay?
I don't even know your whereabouts beyond oh, maybe I do. Maybe you sent me your address at one point.
Maybe I did. Maybe
Oh,
I didn't.
I've sent Barbie movies to you in the mail, so yeah, I do know.
You did.
Anyway,
Doxer.
For those of you just joining us, we are a podcast about Barbie movies. Every week we watch one of the animated Barbie movies and we rate its story, characters, animation, voice acting, and music to see how it stacks up. This week we will be talking about the 37th animated Barbie movie, Barbie Princess Adventure.
37.
Yeah, that number goes up and up every week.
You know, I don't know what that means anymore.
It means we have watched more Barbie movies than there are James Bond movies. I think this is now more than there are Marvel projects, including television shows.
We're almost there. We're almost surpassing Godzilla movies, it seems as well.
Yeah, we're deep into Barbie territory here.
We're so deep into Barbie territory. We're almost done. I have senioritis now for Barbie. we just want to get to the end and watch the Margot do her stuff.
Yes, that is the end goal. We are recording or releasing. You won't notice any gaps, but we are sort of on and off recording here, taking breaks for life stuff and to make it through to the end without going completely insane.
Because we would go insane.
Probably,
I would go insane. Yeah. I'd go so mad.
We've been watching Barbie separately from the podcast. We are going.
We have. Yes, on a whim, I watched Barbie Life in the Dream House as a joke. Now I unironically love that show.
Oh, it's great.
It's so great.
I'm glad you told me to watch it.
I know. Remember how apprehensive you were about it? And then you watched it, and then you were so mad at me how I got you addicted. Anyway, we're watching Princess Adventure.
Yeah, my joke with this title, as I shared last episode, is that half of all of the Barbie movies could be called Barbie Princess Adventure. And having watched the movie, I think it is very similar to those half of the Barbie movies.
Mm-hmm. But not all princess adventures can be called Barbie movies.
No. This one was released September 1st, 2020.
Ooh.
And it was the first Barbie movie since 2017 with Dolphin Magic. So in the time between, they made a TV show, which has 3 seasons between 2017 and ending in 2020, called Barbie Dreamhouse Adventures. Now, this is separate from Barbie Life in the Dreamhouse. Life in the Dreamhouse is sort of like a short online comedy thing that was put on YouTube. Dreamhouse Adventures is like a full-on TV show with 22-minute episodes, and
they're on Netflix.
Yep. And
I've not seen them.
Yeah, I after watching Princess Adventure, I went back because Princess Adventure is actually directly following up the Dreamhouse Adventures series.
I wish I knew this. I could have been doing my homework and watching the show.
It's not a great show. The format of the show is
slice of life.
It takes place in the same sort of after Dolphin Magic, because you have the puppies and you have Stacy and Chelsea and all of those people, and you also have Teresa and other characters and Ken, obviously. And it's sort of like a family comedy because they finally introduced Barbie's parents.
Oh yeah.
And the framing narrative of it is Barbie is a vlogger. And so
Mm-hmm.
every episode starts with like Barbie in some insane situation, and then she literally pauses it and says, "Do you want to know how I got into the situation?" Or like, "You're probably wondering how I got into the situation. Well, let's rewind back to the beginning of the story."
I
Every
see.
episode starts that way.
So it's an early 2000s show made in 2017. Got it.
And then yeah, it's because Life in the Dream House obviously had these confessional moments of like it cuts to the characters who are like having an interview on a couch, which is like a common reality TV thing that then got put into sitcoms and other things. um this one, instead, it is Barbie will literally pause the action, often right before a punchline, just like pause it and then explain what is going on.
Oh.
Yeah. So like there was one where the most recent one I saw, Barbie was doing this like extreme cooking competition, and she was practicing for it, and a spider got on her tightrope that she was balancing stuff on, and she falls off the tightrope. And before you see her land, she pauses and says, "This is why I'm afraid of spiders." It goes through her whole history. And then
What
you
kind of
never see the
competition was
punchline.
this?
Extreme baking. It was
Okay.
American Ninja Warrior combined with a cooking show.
That sounds awesome, but
It
okay.
does, but again, the way the show is structured as this sort of like vlog,
Hmm.
just like they just cut before the punchline, so it isn't funny anymore. And then it's just like Barbie says, "Oh, and then I fell." It's like you're missing the.
I see. I
I,
guess we
I
couldn't
was,
show that.
yep, I was just watching Buster Keaton's Spite Marriage, and that's like great physical comedy as Buster Keaton always has it. It's like, no, you gotta have the punchline. You can't pause and explain the joke. But
I mean,
obviously,
you
this is a
could.
show. This is made for kids,
They
like
need
young
everything explained
kids.
to them, apparently.
Yeah, it's made for kids even younger than like the Dreamhouse Adventures show or Life in the Dreamhouse was.
Yeah,
You see, this is the problem when your two shows have the same title.
that's why they do it.
But yeah, anyway, so Princess Adventures, they have they're reusing characters, reusing models, reusing voice actors,
Mm.
reusing even like some sets, I think.
Ooh.
So it is like following up this TV show. And sort of as we've been seeing more and more recently, they've been consolidating all of this Barbie stuff into like one continuity. Where before you had
Yeah.
the idea of like, oh, Barbie's an actress and she's playing these different roles in different places, but like the stories don't directly tie up. Now it's like everything is following the last one.
I guess, they have been wanting to do a continuity for a bit,
Yeah,
but now they're doing it.
yeah. Which I don't know. As someone who isn't the biggest fan of this iteration of some of the sisters and some of the side characters and the puppies,
Mm.
especially, it's like it's a little bit disappointing that we aren't getting like the Rapunzel or Princess and the Pauper anymore. Or it's just like, here's a self-contained adventure. There's like a meta narrative on top of it, but the meta narrative doesn't actually influence the story.
Mm.
But yeah, and anyway, this was directed by Conrad Helton, who he's been with the Barbie series for a very long time at this point, and actually worked a lot on Dreamhouse Adventures. Same with Anne Austen, who wrote this movie, and she is a TV producer and writer who worked on most of Barbie Dreamhouse Adventures, and also several Power Rangers shows.
Mm.
She was a producer on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and then a writer on several others. And then we have production design by Maisha Moore. She's Canadian Scottish artist and started out as a character modeler on Barbie and the Three Musketeers. So sort of worked her way up the ladder here. And then she was also a lead designer on the Addams Family movie, which other Barbie production designers have worked on.
This would be the animated one, the most
Yeah,
recent one.
yeah, the 2019 one, not the sequel.
That too, but okay.
Yep, and we have music from the Math Club, who, again, they're a company that creates music for movies and trailers and shows. So, and yeah, the story is Barbie has a princess adventure,
Yeah.
as she's had many times before. Um, she and her friends, all of her friends from Life of the Dream House. I'm not sure because the show is 3 seasons, and I've only seen a few episodes from the first season. So I think some of the friends get introduced later.
Probably.
Um, given how little time any of them is spent on in the movie, but Barbie and her friends get invited to the royal palace of the Kingdom of Floravia. And Barbie,
Floravia.
it's an odd name,
Mm-hmm.
but Barbie is working on her vlog, since she's a vlogger in Life in the Dream House, and apparently not a successful one.
You mean Dreamhouse Adventures?
Dream House Adventures. This is what happens when they name their two shows the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Is I cannot keep track of which one is which. But anyway, she gets this offer to join a big channel. I'm assuming they're kind of going for like a multi-channel network type thing, um,
Ah,
to increase her reach.
so machinima.
Yeah, but because she's joined this channel, she's feeling very creatively constrained and like, you have to get a video out now. Well, I want to go on this vacation with my friends. No, you have to get your vlog out. But anyway, they go to the palace, and obviously Barbie accidentally runs into the Princess Amelia. And,
Accidentally.
well, she runs into her accidentally, but the reason she's there is not an accident.
Mm-hmm.
Because it turns out that Barbie and Amelia look very similar to each other.
Oh.
And they hit it off, and sort of like they get to know each other. They realize, oh, we're both feeling kind of constrained in our lives. We want different things from our lives. Um, and then Amelia reveals that she actually has been watching Barbie's vlogs and was like, hey, we look kind of similar. And so she flew Barbie and her friends over to switch places for a little bit.
Yeah.
And from then on, we're doing Princess and the Pop Star again,
Yeah.
with a few differences. We have this time around we have the there's a bunch of like politics going on in the background because Floravia is like, or there's a different kingdom called Johannistan that has surrendered to Floravia and is in the process of like becoming integrated with them.
What a weird
And
concept.
they have to like do this dance at the coronation for Princess Amelia in order for the treaty to go through.
So do they go to war at the end? Like what happens?
I have no idea. I don't even know, were they at war before the events of the movie?
They must have, but
Yeah.
they just arrested their prince.
I'm not privy to the political machinations of these. I think it's just since they were already combining, I think since the coronation went through, she just became the ruler of both.
I guess.
But yeah, anyway, in sort of going back to, they've switched places, and Amelia's advisor very quickly figures out that Barbie is pretending to be the princess. But he agrees to go along with things until the princess returns, and Barbie meets Johann, who's the prince of Johannistan, believe it or not, and
Oh.
they start practicing this coronation ceremony and this dance, which will unite their nations.
Johannes Brahms.
Guten Tag. Yeah, they Barbie is also at this time, she's planning to film this vlog with Amelia afterwards to talk about their experiences. And so she sends it off to the channel to be like, hey, this is what I want to post. And they send it back. It's edited to make the princess look very conceited. So Barbie's like, no thanks, and pulls out of the agreement with the channel. That's essentially the end of that plot line. So we don't have to
Yeah,
deal with that anymore.
the
There's
the
no,
the video itself wasn't even that great. It's like,
no.
this is social media in 2020. That looks like a 2006 video.
Yeah. I was surprised that the they didn't go ahead and post it anyway.
There was
I was
probably
thinking that was going to be the conflict at the end.
right, but then I was thinking it's like, there was probably contracts and stuff involved that they're hiding behind, but still,
Yeah.
yeah, they would.
I I have a thought about where this story could have gone that I think would have been more interesting than the direction they took it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we get to the day of the coronation, and Amelia, who's still on the streets as Barbie, living out her Monica Vitti fantasy with her Vespa and helmet and whatever she's doing,
Whatever.
or as they would say in White Lotus, her Peppa Pig fantasy.
Uh,
But
okay.
she gets kidnapped while walking on the streets, and her pet rabbit that she has finds Barbie, and is able to communicate to Barbie what happened. And Barbie makes a plan to rescue Amelia, but gets kidnapped before she can.
How did she what? How did she communicate that she was kidnapped?
I don't remember. It involved like,
Was it guards that they overheard?
yeah, I think so.
Must have been.
Yeah, and then like Barbie gets kidnapped, but then she escapes, but then she goes on the yacht and gets kidnapped again. Anyway,
She also sends the horse to go find her
yes,
friends.
and then we don't see the horse finding her friends.
I
They
know.
just show up and
She's like,
rescue Barbie and Amelia from the yacht.
no, it was really confusing. She's like, oh, go, tell my friends where we are. And I'm like, Barbie, that's a horse. And then I was
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, you can lead it. But then we never saw the horse again.
Nope. She used her necklace though, the Barbie necklace that says her name that she forgot to take off when she was pretending to be Princess Amelia.
Yeah.
Anyway, the big twist, quote unquote, is that Johann was secretly planning to steal the crown of the two nations, um, and become the sole ruler of the kingdom. Because for some reason, in the treaty that they made, they said if the princess doesn't show up, then the prince of the country that is surrendering to the other will become the leader of the two
I mean,
countries.
that seems like a logical step.
Yeah.
If one of your people doesn't show up, then it's like, well, what do we do now? Anarchy? I don't know.
Elected government.
Too much effort.
But yeah, Barbie and Amelia are able to their Barbie's friends show up and rescue them, and they get her out, and they get to the coronation just in time to stop everything. And then the video of the coronation goes viral.
Very nice.
Yeah, again, it's
Was that
Princess
a
and the
video or a
Pauper.
live stream?
I don't know. It was never. They were getting 1 billion views on it.
I get okay.
Which, okay, so side note here, there's an opening music video thing that Barbie films in her backyard, and with her friend Daisy and her sisters, and part of the video is them putting on different outfits, and Daisy puts on a graduation outfit. So my sister, who I was watching this with, Sarah, who's been on this podcast before, was like, oh, what's the year on that? So we went back and we paused it. The graduation year on this graduation outfit is 2353. So
But
this
like,
movie is taking place 300 years in the future.
right? But wasn't it a cardboard cutout than an actual gown that they had?
Yes,
Maybe
but
it's a joke. I don't know.
I don't know what is up with that, but it explains certain things, like how they somehow got a
Okay,
billion simultaneous views on this.
so society has dissolved enough where we've come full circle, and like stuff from 2006 is now the mainstream again.
Yep.
Okay.
But the population is enough that you can conceivably get 1 billion views on a
In a
live
minute, yeah.
stream.
In a minute.
And also, if you look at the world map on the multi-channel network ladies wall,
Uh-huh.
it is inverted and Australia has handlebars.
Okay.
So apparently that also happened in the 300 years.
I mean, you can't really tell that the world is overpopulated. I mean, just that coronation alone just looked like a small church meeting than an
Yeah.
actual coronation. Everybody's dressed in casual clothing. Like the pews were like every other seat was empty.
Yeah, they were.
There were pews as well.
Yeah,
So,
no, it was I'm assuming they're pulling character models from
oh,
the
they were. They
life.
were.
No, not Life at the Dreamhouse Adventures.
Yeah. They're using
But
their
yeah.
models, but like still, I was like, is this a coronation? It just all these random people. They're dressed casually. There's pews. Is this a church? What are we doing? Where are the guards? I don't. They show up when they need to.
Yeah. But yeah, this is just Princess and the Pauper all over again.
It is just Princess and the Pauper.
And
That's
even
why they
like,
had no title, because they were like, "Oh, this is the third time we're doing Princess and the Pauper. What do we call this film? Princess Adventure. Love it. Stick with that."
yeah, there are a few differences, but it's just like, because even Princess Charm School and Rockin' Royals had similar elements. I don't know. This just, I mean, for having the most generic title of any of these Barbie movies, it does feel like the most generic we've seen thus far.
I do like that the meeting was purposeful
Yes.
than more accidental. But yeah, it is just another Princess and the Pauper. It tells the story just fine.
Yeah. I there are so many interesting directions they could have taken it. And one of the ideas I had is because Princess and the Pop Star follows the
The
what who
princess.
does it follow? Yeah. It kind of splits the difference a bit better than this one does. Because in this one, Amelia disappears for like most of the movie.
Yeah, the second half of the film.
And it would have been interesting to see her, like, what does she get up to?
Well, she has a song.
She does. But no, it's shared with Barbie, I
Yeah,
think.
but it's
But
like
like,
whenever she's
what
calling
if she got
Barbie,
up to like shenanigans? What if she herself uncovered this plot and had to
apparently
like
she
try
was
and
hitchhiking with
unravel it?
someone.
Well, she had her Vespa.
Yeah.
I yeah. I don't know. There could have been something there.
Mhm.
And I think the most what they really could have leaned into is because I do find it interesting how central of a role social media plays to the plot of this movie. And it's interesting. Recently, I watched Overly Sarcastic Productions released a video on the trope of those darn phones, sort of like phones and how they exist in media and like what they look like in sci-fi and how that's changed over time as people sort of become accustomed to ideas. And we've seen this a bit in these Barbie movies of how in, Fashion Fairy Tale, it's like Barbie gets canceled on social media, but it's like not that big of a focus. Whereas now it's like social media is sort of this thing that the characters are constantly thinking about. Um, and it has this message, quote unquote message of don't live your whole life online and social media isn't real life. But it also, in the plot never reflects this. Because there's like that whole song about don't use your phone too much, but then the whole plot of the movie is Barbie and her vlog. She's like constantly filming everything.
Well, I guess I didn't notice any of that.
Yeah, it's, and I mean, I think that's partially it. Of like, we become accustomed enough to it that it doesn't stand out as much. But the entire plot of this thing is like, oh, Barbie and Princess Amelia are both feeling discontent with their social media presence specifically. Where Barbie is like, I don't have a wide enough audience for what I want to do. And Amelia is like, I feel like I can't say anything because I have to be picture perfect all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they could have done something interesting with this if they had committed to it and been like, okay, let's do this message of social media is not real life. Put down your phone. But no, that's like that's never, even though they have a whole song about it, that never actually factors in. It's just like, here's the song about putting your phone down. Okay, now Barbie's gonna go vlog the coronation and get 1 billion views.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could have had an interesting arc of, and this is where we go back to, what if the, I think her name is Rose Ross, what if she had posted that butchered video of the princess and Barbie, and the reaction to it is like, oh, the princess is so conceited, I knew she was terrible. And then because of that, the princess and Barbie have to learn to like step away from that and not get so caught up in it.
That was probably an earlier draft of the film, but then we're like, this is a story that's used so often. So they just continued using a story that's been used so often.
Yeah, they could have done, I don't know, it would have given the characters more depth though, to have that emotional arc for them of learning to, and it's an important message, even if it is kind of often done in a way that isn't handled well. Like, I think often it can be a little preachy, but if this movie had been able to do that well, that would have been cool. Instead, they have a throwaway song about it that doesn't actually impact anything. It's just the same we've seen before.
Mm-hmm.
We've even seen the whole like messing up the don't use your phones message before.
But this
Back
time
in
with Barbie
Ponytail.
instead of Skipper.
Yeah, Skipper is
Completely
very,
normal.
well, she just doesn't factor in at all to this.
Yeah. Well, again, maybe they're better in the show. I don't know.
There was a those darn phones episode in the show that was a little bit,
Oh,
it was
okay.
like, oh, everyone has to learn to live without, like, Barbie's dad wants to make everyone live without their phones for a weekend. And yeah, don't watch the
Riveting.
show.
Riveting
It
storytelling.
is not, it is not all that interesting.
But we
Watch
might
Life of the
have to,
Dreamhouse
Jay.
instead.
We might have to for
Yeah.
an episode 2 years down the line.
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah, when we feel like it.
But yeah, for now, I gave the story a 2.5 out of 5. I mean, the like pacing of it isn't bad.
No.
It's just not anything new in any interesting way.
Yeah. I gave it a 3 to be a little bit more fair. Even though, yeah, it's another princess in the pauper story, so that's why it's lower. But like, it's not terrible. It does an okay job at telling that story. Again,
Yeah.
it's fine.
On to the characters. I do appreciate the diversity of Barbie's friend group.
So
Um,
diverse.
yeah, we have even just in like body type,
Mm.
which is something that these Barbie movies haven't done a ton of, and it's not like a focus. Like they aren't constantly calling it out.
No.
Um, Unfortunately, um, most of the characters in this movie don't get much to do because there are too many of them.
Yeah.
Like there's Barbie has so many friends and they're all along for the ride. And
Yeah, they're kind of caricatures.
yeah. And that's part of why I watched a few episodes of the show. Unfortunately, the episodes I watched, most of Barbie's friends didn't show up in.
Mm-hmm.
Um but I was just curious if with that extra time these characters get a bit more nuance. Because I can imagine like well, one of my favorite movies from a few years ago is the Downton Abbey movie.
Ooh, okay.
And that is one of those things where it works if you haven't seen the show. But if you have seen the show, all of the characters are so much deeper and more interesting because you have that knowledge going in of who they are leading up to that point. Or
Mm-hmm.
you could even for a more populist example, like the later Avengers movies, where if you just jump into Avengers Infinity War, you're like, "Oh, Drax is the strong but dumb guy." But then if you watch the Guardians movies leading up to that, you see more of who his character is and what his arc is.
Mm-hmm.
So the way he factors into the movie is a little bit more interesting. So I'm wondering if that's the case here, but I would have to watch more of Dreamhouse Adventures to be able to judge that. And at this point, I don't plan on watching much more of Dreamhouse Adventures.
Until I force you.
Yep. I did see episodes with Nikki and Teresa, and Ken of course is in a lot of them, and
Mm-hmm.
Trey Reardon, who he gets more of a focus in this movie than a lot of the friends.
A little too
Which
much focus.
yeah, since we're talking about them, let's just dive into them.
Yeah.
Like I don't think Teresa or Nikki have lines of consequence. Like I think you could cut them out of the movie and not notice because they're only ever in the background.
Yeah, half a lot of people are in the background.
Yeah, no,
Everyone's in the background.
everyone is, and then you get like Trey's song of like
Yeah.
how he wants to be king, and it doesn't make any sense because why is he getting the song when you have a villain who wants to be king and who actually sings part of the song?
Yeah.
Like have the villain sing the song and have Trey do the reprise.
Also like that reprise was like right after
Yes, no, it was
Trey's song.
literally like 2 seconds later.
He sings that after that very shocking reveal that he's the villain.
Yeah, just like flip them around so Trey gets the 20-second reprise and Johan gets the actual song.
Or just cut Trey.
Yeah, that too, because you don't need him here. He
His
doesn't
one
add
his
any
only good
conflict.
joke, I say good joke. His only good joke is not recognizing Barbie.
Yes, that is a good
Mm.
bit, but I did like there is the thing with Ken of he's trying to tell Barbie something and
So it's the Finn thing from Rise of Skywalker that would have happened months before this.
yes, or I was thinking it's almost the Isabella thing from Phineas and Ferb.
Is
Because
it?
that is Isabella's constantly trying to tell Phineas that she likes him, and
But like
something always happens.
yeah, I say it's Finn as well because
Yeah,
we don't actually get to hear what it is they're trying to say.
Yeah,
It's a
that is
waste of
where I think,
time.
and I wonder if it's a thing in the show.
Oh,
Because if it's more of a thing in the show, I think it makes sense. But it was not a thing in the episodes I saw.
yeah. And so when it happened here, it's like, okay, are we doing something interesting? Nope.
Yeah.
I guess
So
we wanted to give Ken a little something.
yeah, which if you cut out most of the friends and just had Ken and a few other people, like you could give him more to do. The only friend that I thought had a fun bit was Renee.
The animals do more than the friends do.
Yeah. Renee is fun though. She's pretending to be a secret agent for some reason, which I think that was the name of one of the Spy Squad characters. So, but she has some fun moments with that. They could have done more with her character if they had had more time, which is again, they need to cut most of the friends out for this to work.
Too many cooks.
Too many cooks.
Takes a lot to make a stew. Anyway, moving on.
Moving on. Yeah. Barbie here. I think it's interesting how her persona has changed over the years. And I think I forget which episode we figured this out in, but she's sort of the older sister type.
Mm.
And this is especially in Dreamhouse Adventures, where it's like most of the plots have to do with her sisters. And she is like the attentive older sister who's constantly trying to solve their problems.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like this fantastical idea of an older sister who's always looking out for you and always wants to spend time with you. But they've sort of changed her persona now. She's no longer like the superstar actor model who knows everything. She's now a vlogger. And so there's a bigger emphasis on sort of the social media aspect of everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, she does not get an arc at all here. And I wish she had gotten an arc of some sort.
I mean, she's just here to change people's lives.
Essentially. And that's
Yeah.
where the older sister thing comes in, where she's like the fantasy of the perfect older sister.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Amelia, she disappears for most of the movie to live her Peppa Pig fantasy.
Yeah.
And that is all she does. There's a thing about how she's like, oh, I want to like tell the world who I actually am and discover who I am for myself. And she does that entirely off screen.
Yeah.
And then wears a dress that says love, love, love to her
Yeah.
coronation.
Then Alfonso gets changed in just a conversation, a fierce conversation with Barbie.
Yeah.
I mean, I
It's
liked him.
yeah. He was interesting, but
I liked his voice actor, but
yeah,
that's for a
we'll get
completely
into it.
different
Yeah.
reason than just this performance. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I think the movie could have distinguished itself a bit if rather than focusing on Barbie, it had focused more on Amelia.
Yeah.
What does she get up to outside of the palace? And then she could even discover this plot.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe Barbie even puts her in charge of running the vlog. And how does she do that?
But yeah, it's probably more of like, well, this is a film for the show. We don't want to show most of the film being about this other character.
Yeah.
So,
And it's a Barbie movie, so Barbie
yeah,
is the focus.
of course. Unless it's something else, like Fairytopia.
Yeah. Or Thumbelina.
That too.
But yeah, we do have, you mentioned Alfonso. He's interesting. He's a bit of an enigma.
Yeah, I
And
don't
that
like
he's
how he disappears at the end.
yeah, and he's
Just like
both
in that other film. What was it? Princess in the Pop Store? Yeah.
yeah. And he is like he's both the sort of strict advisor and also the like parental figure.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the Alfred to Amelia's Batman, but also a stricter Alfred.
Yeah. It's like, Master Wayne, you're not gonna be Batman. You gotta protect your image.
I've buried enough members of the Wayne family.
I wanna fight crime. Gosh.
And anyway, this is he's he could have been more interesting, but there's not enough time
Yeah, we had
because
to
we gotta
focus
have
on the horse.
yeah.
And forget about the horse at the same time.
Yeah, then we have on the villain side, we have Prince Johann,
He
who,
was a villain?
yeah, his motivations are very thin. Again, because they don't have time to establish any interesting motivations.
I feel like they started out with him being a nicer character.
Yeah,
And then they were like, I don't think Rose Ross is an interesting villain. What do we do? Well, we can go with the Preminger route. Okay, let's do that. Johan, you're a villain now.
but it feels like they did that not in the scripting process, but like halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
Because he is in the first scene, you're like, okay, the vibe is a bit weird, but in like a
It's almost
overly
like he's
friendly
supposed,
European
yeah,
guy way.
also the potential love interest.
Yeah.
But they're like, nah.
Yeah. It's again, there are interesting ways they could have done this, but they don't have the time because there's so many characters.
No, he only turned into a villain during the rock, paper, scissors game.
Yeah.
That's when he showed his true colors. I lost.
Stares
You
out the window.
win. For now.
Yeah.
Sings a
He
song
could
about
have
being
been
king.
20 seconds of someone else's song about being king. It's not even his own song.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
just looks like
I do
a
wonder
soccer player.
if they switch gears partway through production,
It's possible.
because that would explain some of the weirdness here.
Yeah.
And it's not uncommon for animated movies to start production without finishing the story completely.
Or maybe they just planned this from the beginning, but it wasn't a good
Maybe.
plan.
Yeah. Speaking of people who could have been planned out better, Rose Ross,
Rose Ross.
the social media manager, who,
Mm-hmm.
again, like I said, why didn't she release the video? That would have been much more interesting for the story and for her character.
Yeah, I mean the boss from Megan was much more interesting than we had here.
Yeah. Yeah, because you get that same, like, corporate greed thing, but you're actually exploring it rather than Barbie says she doesn't want the vlog uploaded, so she doesn't upload the vlog. Even though no social media manager who is that ruthless would respect Barbie's wishes.
They would just post it out of spite and deal with the consequences later.
Yeah, because it's a huge story that would drive a ton of interest. Like, oh, the princess of this major country who's about to be crowned queen is swapping places with a random vlogger from Malibu.
Yeah, even Raquel would have done it.
Yeah. Get Raquel in here.
Yeah.
Although I think there's a different Raquel.
Oh.
I think her name is Tammy.
Well, Jay, that's Tammy, not Raquel.
Yes, but I think she's filling that role in the show.
Mm.
I'm not sure though because I haven't seen that many episodes. But I think that's who, because all of Barbie's friends get invited except for one. And I think that's the Raquel character, but I don't think she's actually named Raquel. But anyway, I gave the characters a 3 out of 5. They aren't terrible, but maybe I need to. I'm not going to bring my score down, but I am
Yeah,
considering it.
it's a 3 because there's so many characters and nothing with them. What's fine is Barbie and Amelia. That's about it.
Here's why I'm giving it a 3. I appreciate them committing more to having more diverse characters,
But they don't do anything with them.
even though they don't do anything with them, which is frustrating.
Yeah.
But yeah, on to the animation. The quality is good. I think it's closer to the quality of Dreamhouse Adventures.
So the thing about the animation is
Uh-huh.
the opening sequence with Amelia riding the horse. You know,
Yeah.
the very beginning of the film. The horse tramples on water, and it's like, oh, look at that water effect. That's my
Yeah.
first note. Like, wow, that water looks good. And then we get our first close up, and it's like, oh my gosh, that looked so terrible. Like that teeth, wow.
Yeah, they still have the same teeth.
And then the rest of the film looked completely fine. It was just that one shot in the very beginning that's like, this looks so bad. When am I watching this? No, it was just a weird angle that they gave her.
Yeah.
But yeah, animation. I think they finally solved their lighting issue. Of
Okay.
yeah, because I noticed that there was a much more lighting on just basic level scenes.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, there's more lighting. It's fine. Like we're getting nothing special, but hey, they're actually doing something than just a special underwater scene. Cool.
Yeah. I did think it you can tell the 3 years change has sort of improved the quality,
Yeah.
but I don't know, it still feels, having watched a few episodes of Dreamhouse Adventures, the jump between the show and the movie is less than I would have expected.
Yeah. Oh, touching on about the villain segment again.
Yeah.
I put a note here as we were halfway through the film. It's like, huh, we're halfway through. There's no villain. And then Johan is revealed to be the villain. It's like, oh, there he is.
Yeah. The structure is odd.
Also,
But yeah.
kidnapping in broad daylight in the middle of the street.
Well, it was in a shadowy side street.
In
Speaking of
broad daylight in the
animation.
middle of the street full of social media.
Yeah.
Like if
It
if you shoved her into a car, I would believe it, but you just put a sack over her.
yeah.
Like like uh, like the friends were just around the corner too.
Yeah. It was odd.
Yeah.
But yeah, the animation, again, the quality is good. I did notice the seams a bit more.
The seams in as in what?
As in, like, characters didn't always feel like they were in the sets that they were supposed to be
Oh,
in.
right.
Like, it sometimes felt like their feet were floating above the ground. Um, and I'm sure that's been a problem in other movies. I just haven't noticed it as much.
Yeah.
Um,
Another thing that I noticed is that besides Barbie, like outside of Barbie and a couple characters, everyone just looks like sim characters. Like they're just generic sim characters. Like
yeah.
especially the teacher. The
Yes.
teacher, the old man with the goats, the two the dudes. The dudes, even Trey. Uh
Yeah.
the Ken. Like they all look like sim characters. I'm like, oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, the design change for Ken is still bad.
Yeah, I looked at him and I'm like, that doesn't look like a Ken. He
No,
looks
that
he
that's
looks more like a
background
Trey
extra
than a Ken.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's too generic.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of my issues with this is that the creativity of the animation is so. Like there's a few sequences that are cool. There's like the music scene that's going from black and white to color. That looked kind of cool with like splashes of paint. And then there's like that boat chase scene that was kind of fun.
So Taffy is not going to make it back to the States.
That's okay.
Yeah, when Taffy snuck aboard the first time, I'm like, oh, well, he's not going to go back. He can't. Well, she can't because airplane laws. You gotta check him in. You gotta pay like $100. It's like several months process to do this.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that. But yeah, I think the biggest issue for me was like all of the hallways in the castle had the same walls. Even the
Yeah,
stable had the same walls as the
yeah,
hallways.
yeah.
There was just so much repeated backgrounds. And I mean, the castle was comprised entirely of hallways and then a couple rooms and then like that coronation room that was really small.
You mean the chapel?
Yeah, basically. It's like, I know there's huge limits on the budget, and I would imagine this had a similar budget to 4 episodes of Dreamhouse Adventures,
Probably.
based on what I've seen of that show. So they're working with what I would imagine is a slightly more limited budget than for most of the Barbie movies that they've made. But I don't know, I just wish they had been able to do something more interesting.
Hmm.
Like if the visuals had been really good.
Yeah. No, there wasn't really much that really popped out to me except for the one song with the black and white to color.
Yeah.
That looked nice.
Yeah, and the boat chase at the end I think was fun, though very brief.
Yeah, I mean, there's goats.
Yeah, overall, I gave the animation a 4 out of 5. That's more for the quality than the creativity.
Yeah. So mine is a 3.9. Oh, we finally broke the 3.8 phase just because they fixed their darn lighting.
Yeah, it's not the worst looking of these, but
No.
it's missing that, like, even Barbie Diaries had those creative camera angles,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I just I wish there was a tiny bit more there. But yeah, onto the voice acting.
The voice acting, yeah.
There's an interesting casting choice here. So America
Yes.
Young plays Barbie in Dreamhouse Adventures, and so she's been brought back to play Barbie in this movie as well. And to play Amelia, they actually got Erica Lindbeck back
I
from,
really like that, yes.
yeah. So you have the Barbie from the last movies and then the Barbie from the TV show that spun off from those movies coming
Yeah.
together and having this, like, it was just so cool to see their sort
Yeah.
of,
What would have made it better is if Barbie's mom was Kelly.
that would have been cool.
Yeah.
I
I
would have
mean,
liked that.
it details semantics. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. But this is still really cool to
Yeah,
have them.
it's a passing of the torch that I find kind of nice. And it would have been nice if Kelly had gotten that moment.
I mean, We
like
don't need it. That's
yeah,
just we're just begging. But
yeah.
still.
I almost hope, and I doubt it's gonna happen, but that in the upcoming live action Barbie movie, that there are cameos from all of the different voice actors who have played Barbie over the years.
I mean, that would be really nice, but I doubt that.
You could easily sneak them into like the background of a scene. Even
But
get Diana Karina back. Um,
heck, get Kate Higgins as well.
yeah, no, just anyone who played Barbie, just like have them in a brief scene as like because we know there's gonna be a bunch of Barbies, so that would be fun.
Yeah,
But
it
I
would be
somehow
fun.
doubt that
I
they are gonna.
doubt because like they don't treat voice actors really well in Hollywood,
Yeah.
which is a shame. But what are your thoughts on our new Barbie voice actor?
Um. So you had the problem with Erica Lindbeck that I didn't have,
Hmm.
where you said she's giving a good performance, but she doesn't sound like Barbie. And to me, I was like, oh, she sounds like Barbie.
Okay.
America Young does not sound like Barbie to me.
Yeah, I agree.
I
She sounds less like Barbie than Erica does.
yes, that was what I was noticing every time they cut back to Princess Amelia. It's like, oh, she sounds more like Barbie than Barbie sounds like Barbie.
I still don't feel like Erica sounds like Barbie, but I think she's better. What's also weird is for America Young, she clearly doesn't sound like a Barbie, but it's also weird is that once every like 30 lines, she'll say a one word that sounds like Barbie. Just one word.
Okay.
And that's where she's very excited. Where like she
Yeah,
says
yeah, I
yes
noticed that.
enthusiastically. I'm like, "Oh, that kind of sounds like Barbie." But then the rest is like nothing like Barbie.
Yeah.
So I could probably see where they got the casting. But yeah, no. I was like, "Huh, Barbie. I don't see it."
Yeah, and she's not giving a bad performance by any
No.
means.
No. It's like it's the same I've been saying. Good performance. I just don't hear it.
Yeah, and I'm finally on your side with this. I am not on your side with Erica Lindbeck not sounding like
Oh,
Barbie,
that's
but
fine. We still like her.
yeah, yeah, we like both of them. They both do good jobs.
Yeah. She's mainly known for, I guess, doing Monster High.
Yeah,
I've not seen any.
which makes sense why she would transfer over here.
Yeah. Yeah. So Alfonso is voiced by Dave Fennoy, who is most notably does work in video games.
Okay.
Um, you will hear him the most in the Telltale games.
Ah.
He's the lead for the Walking Dead one. He has played Lucius Fox for the Batman games. So
Okay.
he's a popular guy for some games. So it was nice to hear him. It's like, it's that guy. He has a really soothing voice, but he only has one voice apparently.
I mean, if he could do that voice well, then
I mean, who's stopping him?
yeah. None of the other performances stood out to me um
No.
all that much. I'm not the biggest fan of the voice actor for Trey. I don't think he quite sells that, but I'm not going to complain too much.
Also, none of our guys are Canadian, right?
Correct. As far as I am aware, I didn't go through each of their names, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I think part of it is honestly just that the script doesn't give any of the actors a big showcase.
Right. Yeah.
Like I could see loving some of these performances if they had more time to build a character and have interesting line delivery.
Hmm.
But instead it's very like basic. So yeah, I gave it a 3.5 out of 5.
I also give it 3.5 out of 5. Yes.
So yeah, last up we have music. This is a musical, um, and the musical numbers. I don't know if you will agree with me on this, but they range from fine to mediocre.
At this point, for me, it was just background music to me.
I mean,
I
essentially for me as well.
I mean, I bopped to them. I was like,
Yeah,
yeah, this is pretty neat. I don't think I'd ever listen to this, but it's like, sure, it fits the time period, I guess.
yeah.
They're a
It's
bit of a time waster at times, but yeah,
yeah.
music. I don't
They're
hate it.
very modern and a bit generic, which seems to be sort of the math club's MO, at least with these Barbie movies.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't necessarily their A game. They're just kind of, the songs are very functional, but I don't know, nothing stood out to me. It's been a while since we've had like the actual songs. Like the score will stand out every once in a while, but the
They didn't
songs,
even try to do the Princess and the Pauper. To be a princess.
yeah. I honestly, in this one I would have appreciated not to be a princess, but some other song from Princess and the Pauper getting a call back, or even just do those songs because they are good songs, and it would have
Yes,
made the movie better.
a bit. Yeah. No.
Just commit to remaking Princess and the Pauper.
Yeah.
It's
If you're gonna
been
do it,
at
do
that
it.
point it's been what, 17 years?
Since the original, but how many
Yeah,
since the
I
pop
guess
star?
16 years since Popstar was 2012,
Okay.
so a good 8 years as well. And these are also like kids media ages out faster than other forms of media. Like you think how most kids cartoons have a reboot every 5 years or so,
Yeah.
and that's just to like keep it fresh for new kids because your audience range is a lot smaller than for
And
teen
that's
and
all.
adult media.
Also, it's like animation syndication of like once you reach 52 episodes, there's really no need to continue because that's the amount needed to do reruns. So
Yeah, yeah. I honestly would be interested in them doing remake Princess and the Pauper with the animation that they are now able to do.
2027, baby.
Even reuse the voice acting. Just do like a remaster like they'll do for video games.
Maybe. Oh, like the original film remastered.
Or I guess reanimated. But like keep the dialogue, keep the songs, keep everything, but redo the animation.
I mean, some people have fan videos of just animating a couple songs from Princess and the Pauper. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
pretty
I'll have
neat.
to look it up. Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, the music here was just
it's fine.
like a lot of the stuff here. It's very average. So I gave it a 3 out of 5.
I gave it a 3.3, which is like I want to give it a 3.5 because I don't hate the music, but it's also like it's there.
It's forgettable.
It is, but I don't hate it when it's playing. I can
Yeah,
enjoy it casually.
yeah. That is definitely fair. Um so yeah, my final score here is 16 out of 25, which is a 64% or a 3.2 on our 5-star rating.
Mine's a 16.7, which is a 66.8%, or 3.34 5-star rating.
Yeah. Again, it's a very average Barbie movie
Yeah.
in a way that even other Barbie movies haven't felt quite this average.
Yeah. No, we're probably reaching the end of the barrel here.
Yeah, I'm hoping some of the later ones are more exciting.
I mean, with the titles we have, probably not. But
Well,
hey,
you are,
we've been surprised before with the titles, so
yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, next week does not look all that hopeful. But thank you everyone for listening, and make sure to follow us on social media. We are Binging Barbie Podcast on Instagram, at Binging Barbie on Twitter, and Binging Barbie, a Barbie movie podcast on Letterboxd. And yeah, as I was alluding to, next week we will be talking about Barbie and Chelsea, The Lost Birthday.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
I've seen the trailer for this, and the animation style on the animals is an interesting choice, and I will leave it at that.
It's going to be a fun time.
Yeah. Tune in next week to see. It should be a fun episode, no matter what we think of
Either
the
we
movie.
love it or we're just dead inside. Either way,
Yeah.
you'll enjoy it, even if we
Yeah.
don't. Hopefully.
So yeah. See you all next week.